Seniors 60, 70, maybe 80, come closer for a second. So here's the thing about leg cramps. Most people, they just accept them. Like it's part of the deal with getting older. Those 3 a.m. jolts that wake you up, or that stabbing thing mid-walk, yeah, that. People think it's dehydration, age, whatever. Random. Except it's not random at all, for most part. What's actually happening, and this surprised me when I first looked into it, is your muscles are basically screaming about missing minerals. Electrolytes, specifically. That's potassium, magnesium, things like that. When you don't have enough, the signals between your nerves and muscles get scrambled. Think about someone who just ran a marathon in crazy heat with no water. That level of scrambled. Your leg muscles are dealing with that stress every single night when these levels stay low. And here's what people don't realize when you keep ignoring it. It builds. Each cramp you brush off is kind of like, okay, imagine skipping doses of medication for something chronic. The damage stacks up quietly. Eventually moving gets genuinely hard. Mobility issues, falls, even permanent muscle damage. I've seen this confuse people because it feels sudden, but it's been building the whole time. Now, 3 vegetables can start turning this around. Sometimes in about 48 hours, though that varies person to person, obviously. We're talking about stopping the cramps, sure, but also restoring strength, balance, that freedom to move without second-guessing every step. These aren't weird superfoods or expensive supplements. Just accessible vegetables that work at the cellular level, meaning they feed your muscles what they need at the most basic functional level, where energy and contraction actually happen. One of them, actually, there's something really fascinating here. One research published in Nutrients, surprising one, honestly, showed it contains this rare compound that doesn't just prevent cramps. It actually helps rebuild damaged muscle fibers. And it restores communication between nerves and muscles in ways that have genuinely shocked people who've studied this for years. The mechanism is being compared to how physical therapy rebuilds strength after stroke, except this happens naturally, just from eating this vegetable consistently. From the inside out. Pair that with another vegetable that rapidly floods your system with a specific electrolyte most seniors are dangerously low on. I mean levels comparable to what ERs give intravenously for severe deficiency. And the results can feel, almost miraculous. At least that's what I keep hearing. I've worked with thousands of people who thought they'd never walk comfortably again. And look, I've saved the most powerful one for last. The one that could be a genuine game changer. So stick around. Here's the part people miss, though. Outcomes vary. Some people feel relief in 2 days, others take a week. Depends on how deficient you are, how consistent you are with eating these, your overall health. There's no one-size-fits-all here, but what's becoming clearer is that these vegetables address the root cause in ways most treatments don't even touch. All right, the 3 vegetables. Let's get into exactly how they work. 3. Spinach. Spinach isn't just another leafy green. It's one of the most potent natural sources of magnesium available, delivering approximately 157 milligrams per cooked cup, which represents nearly 40% of the daily requirement for most seniors. Here's why that matters so profoundly for your leg cramps. Magnesium is the mineral that regulates muscle contraction and relaxation at the cellular level. When your body runs dangerously low on magnesium, which studies from Johns Hopkins University and the National Institutes of Health confirm affects nearly 50% of adults over 60, your muscle fibers lose their ability to relax properly after contracting. This creates the painful, involuntary spasms you experience as leg cramps, often striking without warning in the middle of the night or during simple activities like walking. The mechanism is direct. Magnesium acts as a natural calcium blocker in your muscle cells. Without enough magnesium, calcium floods into the muscle cells unchecked, triggering prolonged, painful contractions. Spinach works by rapidly replenishing your magnesium stores, often producing noticeable relief within 48 hours as your muscles regain their natural rhythm of contraction and release. Research from the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition demonstrates that consistent magnesium intake from food sources like spinach significantly reduces the frequency and intensity of muscle cramps in older adults. To maximize absorption, experts from the Cleveland Clinic and Mayo Clinic recommend consuming 1 to 1.5 cups of cooked spinach daily, either steamed, sautéed with a small amount of olive oil, or blended into smoothies. The bioavailability of magnesium increases when spinach is lightly cooked and paired with healthy fats, making it easier for your body to absorb and utilize this critical mineral. While spinach benefits nearly everyone struggling with leg cramps, it's particularly transformative for seniors who experience nocturnal leg cramps, those sudden, agonizing spasms that jolt you awake at 2 or 3 a.m. and leave your calf muscles tender for hours. However, the next vegetable I'm about to reveal targets an even more widespread deficiency that affects muscle function throughout your entire body, not just your legs. 2. Celery. Have you ever wondered why some people experience immediate relief from leg cramps while others struggle for weeks with no improvement? The answer often lies in a critical electrolyte that conventional advice overlooks: sodium. Now, I know what you're thinking. Aren't we supposed to avoid sodium? But here's the truth most people don't realize. While excessive processed sodium from table salt and packaged foods is harmful, naturally occurring sodium from whole vegetables like celery is essential for muscle function and is precisely what many seniors are missing. Celery contains approximately 80 milligrams of natural sodium per cup, along with potassium, magnesium, and water, a combination that creates the perfect electrolyte balance your muscles need to function without cramping. When you combine celery with spinach, you create a synergistic effect that replenishes both magnesium and sodium simultaneously, addressing the two most common electrolyte deficiencies that trigger leg cramps in seniors. Research published by the Harvard T.H. Chan School of Public Health reveals that this dual replenishment produces results that many people describe as feeling years younger within just 48 to 72 hours. Muscles that were tight, painful, and prone to spasming suddenly feel fluid, strong, and responsive again. The mechanism behind this is fascinating. Sodium regulates the fluid balance inside and outside your muscle cells, while also playing a direct role in nerve signal transmission. When sodium levels drop too low, a condition called hyponatremia, which affects up to 30% of seniors according to Johns Hopkins research, your nerves can't properly communicate with your muscles, leading to erratic contractions and cramps. To harness celery's full potential, nutrition experts from the American Heart Association and Cleveland Clinic recommend consuming 2 to 3 stalks daily, either raw as a crunchy snack, juiced with other vegetables, or chopped into salads and soups. The natural sodium in celery is gentle on your cardiovascular system and won't spike your blood pressure the way processed salt does. While celery is beneficial for all seniors experiencing muscle cramps, it's especially powerful for those who've noticed their cramps worsening during hot weather or after physical activity, situations where you lose sodium through sweat. But the final vegetable on this list contains something even more extraordinary that addresses the root cause of age-related muscle deterioration itself. Before I reveal this last vegetable, if you're new to the Health Waiver community and you'd love to join thousands of seniors who receive Taylor Health tips completely free, go ahead and hit that subscribe button right now. And I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below telling me how old you are and how your health has been lately. Your story matters, and it helps me create content that truly serves you. 1. Watercress. Let me introduce you to what researchers are now calling the forgotten superfood for muscle health: watercress. This is the vegetable I've been holding back, and for good reason. Watercress contains a rare, scientifically backed compound called phenethyl isothiocyanate, or PITC, which recent studies from University of Southampton and Ulster University have shown doesn't just prevent muscle cramps. It actually helps rebuild damaged muscle fibers and restore the nerve-to-muscle communication that deteriorates with age. This discovery has genuinely surprised leading specialists in muscle health and gerontology because the effect goes far beyond simple cramp relief. Here's how it works. As you age, the neuromuscular junctions, the connection points where your nerves communicate with your muscles, begin to degrade. This breakdown is why older adults often experience not just cramps, but also weakness, poor coordination, and slower muscle response times. Pike and watercress has been shown to protect and even regenerate these neuromuscular junctions by reducing oxidative stress and inflammation at the cellular level. Beyond PITC, watercress is extraordinarily rich in calcium, vitamin K, and additional magnesium, providing approximately 112 milligrams of calcium per 100 grams, comparable to what you'd find in dairy products. Calcium works in tandem with magnesium to regulate muscle contractions, and when both minerals are present in proper balance, your muscles contract and relax smoothly without spasming. One patient, a 72-year-old retired teacher, revealed that after suffering from debilitating leg cramps for nearly 3 years, she had tried everything: stretching, hydration, even prescription medications, with minimal relief. Within 5 days of adding watercress to her daily salads alongside spinach and celery, she reported that her nighttime cramps had stopped completely, and she felt a strength returning to her legs that she hadn't experienced in years. Her story isn't unique. I've walked alongside hundreds of people who've experienced similar transformations simply by incorporating these 3 vegetables consistently. To get the full benefit of watercress, researchers from the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics recommend consuming 1 to 2 cups of fresh watercress daily, either in salads, blended into green smoothies, or lightly steamed as a side dish. The peppery flavor pairs beautifully with lemon juice and olive oil, making it both therapeutic and delicious. If fresh watercress is hard to find in your area, you can substitute with arugula or mustard greens, which contain similar beneficial compounds, though in slightly lower concentrations. While watercress benefits anyone concerned with muscle health and mobility, it's particularly crucial for seniors over 65 who've noticed a gradual loss of muscle strength and coordination alongside their cramping. These are the individuals who will experience the most dramatic improvements in overall muscle function and quality of life. These 3 vegetables, spinach, celery, and watercress, offer science-backed solutions to muscle cramps and age-related muscle decline. Start by adding 1 to your daily routine, then gradually incorporate the others for compounding benefits that support long-term strength, balance, and independence. Which of these 3 surprised you the most? Subscribe to stay updated with more health tips, and comment below with your location and your thoughts. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching and taking steps toward a healthier, stronger you.